All right, so this lesson is on 6-9, solving inequalities by multiplying or dividing. So let's solve this one. 3s is less than or equal to 18. So we got to get rid of the 3 because I just want to know what are all the possibilities of s. So we're going to divide by 3 because they're multiplying. So now this cancels. Divide by 3 on this side, because whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. Then we're left with s is less than or equal to 6. So now I find a number line. I find out where 6 is. There we go. Is it going to be an open circle or a closed circle? It's going to be a closed circle because of the equal sign. So we're going to be a closed circle. Now, is the letter being eaten or is the number being eaten? The number is being eaten, so s is less than. So if the letter is not being eaten, it goes to the left. Okay, I can test this theory by going, okay, so 5 is here. Is 5 less than 6? Yep. Is 4 less than 6? Is 3 less than 6? Yep. Those are the answers. Okay, now we're going to switch here. Now, this is going to have something special. So I want you to pay attention, okay? I'm not trying to trick you, but you need to pay attention to see what happens when I move to the next step. So -4 and m are multiplying. So what we're going to be doing is dividing. So divide by -4m, not m, sorry, just -4 because we want to leave the m there. So divide by -4, that cancels. Divide by -4. And now this is going to be m. 16 divided by -4 is -4. And now this sign is going to change directions. So why is the sign changing directions? It didn't change directions last time. Well, if you divide or multiply by a negative number to solve the equation, the inequality is going to change directions. Okay? And I'll show you how this works at the end, hopefully, and I can show you what's going on. So now m is greater than or equal to -4. So you find a number line. You find where -4 is. You make a circle. Now, is it going to be closed? Yes. Okay? It would be closed. If I erase this from the problem, this would be open. But my examples are going to be closed. So closed. Is the letter being eaten? Yes. Okay, well, if the letter's being eaten, it goes to the right because it's greater. All the answers are greater than the other number. So it goes that way. Okay, here we go. Last example, going over the lessons. So r is being divided by -2. So the opposite of dividing by -2 is multiply by -2. So we're going to multiply by -2. That cancels. Multiply by -2. So now my last result is going to be r. This is going to be -16. Now look, I multiplied by -2. If you multiply or divide by a negative number to both sides, the inequality is going to change directions. So now this inequality is going to go this way. So now it's r is less than or equal to -16. So now you go to a number line. You find -16. Open circle. Is it going to be open? No, because it has this. So it's going to be closed. And now, is the letter being eaten? Nope. It's eating the number. So if it eats the number, it goes to the left. Because the letter is less than the number. So less than goes that way. All right. Now let's go here. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to do 4A and 4B. Pause the video now, and then I'll go over them. So, on page 386, sorry, I didn't say that. Hopefully it was in the video and you realized it. 4x is greater than 12. So how am I going to get rid of the 4? I'm going to divide by 4. Divide by 4. X is greater than 3. I didn't have to change the sign because I didn't divide by a negative number. Now, here we go. So we go to the number line. I don't know what the one in the book looks like. You find the 3. You You put a circle. Is it going to be an open circle? Yes. It does not have a line underneath it, so it's going to stay open. Then we're going to go, because the letter is being eaten, we're going to go to the right. Now we're going to be solving this. So, again, we're leaving the letter by itself. The letter is being divided by 4, so we're going to multiply by 4. And multiply by 4. So here we're left with negative 48 is greater than or equal to x. Mr. Castros, you forgot to change the sign because there's a negative number. I did not have to change the sign because what I did to both sides has no negative in it. Okay, it's when the thing you're using has 2 negatives is when you change the sign. Okay, so we find negative 48, so we're looking at the number line. Negative 48 should be somewhere. Then you're going to be making a circle. It's going to be closed because it's underlined. And the letter is not being eaten, okay? Which means the letter is less. Okay? Now we're going to go to these examples here. So you're going to do 4C and number 7. We're going to give you 5 minutes again. It's on page 386. You can pause the video now, and then we can go through the next steps. All right. So we're going to be leaving x by itself. Divide by negative 4. You see how I'm dividing by negative 4 on both sides? The negative, that means that we're going to be changing the direction of the sign. And this becomes negative 3. I don't know about the right. Negative 3. So again, you go to the number line. You find out where negative 3 is. Look, there it is. And this time it's going to be an open circle. And x is not being eaten, so it is less. Is it always going to be x? No. It's going to be different letters. All right. As I use another example with x. Okay, so here we go. Now all the steps are lined up for you. Okay? Now here, we still have this sign here. How do we get rid of negative 4 over 3? We multiply by its reciprocal, which is the complete opposite. So multiplying by negative 3 over 4. So if you multiply this side by negative 3 over 4, it cancels. This side you also have to multiply by negative 3 over 4, which is its reciprocal. Same sign, but it is flipped. Then we're going to be solving here. Now, did I multiply both sides by a negative number? Yes. So that changes the direction of the inequality. So now the inequality is going in that direction. Now we got to figure out our solution. So these cancel out, but now negative 8 times negative 3 divided by 4. So negative 8 times negative 3, that's 24. 24 divided by 4 is going to give us 6. So our final answer is 6. Okay? Remember, you put a 1 underneath it, multiply straight across. You're going to be left with 24 over 4, which equals 6. Okay? Now I'm going to explain the switching of the signs very quickly with just an example. So 3 is greater than 2. Correct? Absolutely. Now, if I were to change the signs, which is what happens when you multiply by a negative number on both sides. If I were to change the signs, would that still be true? No. Now the sign has to change directions. And that's what's going on every time we do the multiplying and dividing by negative numbers. And that's it.